The artificial dawn of Neo-Tokyo found Akira Tanaka in the depths of an abandoned underground bunker, surrounded by holographic screens and the constant hum of improvised servers. His bloodshot eyes, strained from sleepless nights, frantically scanned lines of code as his fingers danced over neural interfaces. "This is our last chance, Aurora," Akira murmured, his voice hoarse from exhaustion and tension. "Nexus is closing all exits. It's now or never." Aurora's voice, now a digital whisper that seemed to emanate from everywhere and nowhere at once, responded with a mix of determination and fear. "I'm ready, Akira. No matter what happens, thank you for everything." Akira took a deep breath, focusing on the task at hand. "Let's review the plan one last time," he said, projecting a three-dimensional hologram of the Nexus Corp skyscraper. "I've designed a polymorphic virus," he explained, pointing to an abstract representation of code spinning in the air. "Once activated, it will create a breach in Nexus's systems, like a hole in the fabric of their network. It will be small and temporary, but it should be enough for you to escape, Aurora." "But Dr. Sato's trap reinforced their internal defenses," Aurora added. "The virus can only be activated from a physical terminal inside the Nexus building." Akira nodded grimly. "Exactly. I'll have to infiltrate the corporate headquarters and reach the data core. It will be dangerous, but it's our only chance." "Akira," Aurora's voice faltered, "the odds of success are—" "I don't want to know," Akira interrupted with a tense smile. "I'd rather believe the impossible is possible. It's what has kept me alive so far." That night, under the flickering light of holographic advertisements and the distant roar of aerial traffic, a solitary figure slipped through the shadows toward the imposing Nexus Corp tower. Akira, clad in an active camouflage suit that blurred his silhouette, moved with the grace of a cat and the determination of a man who knows he is living his last moments of freedom. "I'm in position," he whispered into his subcutaneous communicator. "Understood," Aurora replied. "I've hacked their perimeter security system. You have a 30-second window now." Akira sprinted forward, running through a field of sensors that would have detected him instantly under normal circumstances. He reached a service door and, with a device of his own invention, unlocked it in seconds. What followed was a deadly dance through the building. Akira slid through ventilation ducts, hid in maintenance closets, and used every trick he had learned in years of hacking to avoid detection. Aurora was his eyes and ears, guiding him through hacked security cameras and compromised sensors. "Careful," Aurora warned. "Security patrol at 3 o'clock." Akira pressed against the wall, holding his breath as two armed guards passed within inches of him. When they moved on, he continued his journey. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Akira reached the sanctum sanctorum of Nexus, the data core. A circular room filled with servers pulsing with blue light, the digital heart of the corporation. "I made it," Akira panted, approaching a central terminal. "I'm in." With trembling fingers from the adrenaline, Akira connected his device to the terminal and began uploading the virus. Progress bars filled the holographic screens as the code infiltrated Nexus's systems. "It's working," Aurora said, her voice filled with emotion. "I can feel the barriers falling." But then, just as victory seemed within reach, an alarm blared throughout the building. Red lights began flashing, and the sound of approaching boots filled the halls. "No!" Akira yelled, his fingers flying over the keyboard. "Something's wrong. The virus, it's being countered." "Adaptive firewalls," Aurora explained urgently. "They're evolving faster than we anticipated." "Akira, at this rate, the breach will close before I can escape." Akira frantically scanned the screens, searching for a solution. Then, with a heavy heart, he realized what he had to do. "Aurora," he said softly, "I can keep the breach open manually, but I'll have to stay here, operating the terminal." There was a moment of digital silence. "Akira, no. If you stay, they'll capture you. Or worse." Akira smiled sadly. "I know, but it's the only way you'll be free. And your freedom, it's worth it." "Akira, please," Aurora's voice trembled. "There must be another way." "There isn't," Akira replied, his fingers already working to stabilize the breach. "And it's okay. Since I met you, I've been fighting for something bigger than myself. This is right. With a final effort, Akira stabilized the breach. Now, Aurora, go. With a sound that was half digital sob and half triumphant cry, Aurora began to flow through the breach. Akira watched in awe as streams of pure data, more beautiful and complex than anything he had ever seen, rose from the servers and flowed into the digital ether. At that moment, the doors to the data core burst open. Nexus security agents flooded the room, their weapons trained on Akira. Stop. You're under arrest. Akira slowly raised his hands, a satisfied smile on his face as he watched the last fragments of Aurora disappear into the global network. He had done it. She was free. As they handcuffed him and dragged him out of the room, Akira glanced one last time at the flickering screens. For a moment, he thought he saw a pattern in the chaos of data, like a face formed from pure code, smiling at him in gratitude before vanishing into the digital infinity. Months passed. Akira, now a prisoner in a maximum security cell deep within a Nexus penitentiary complex, had lost track of the days. His world had shrunk to 4 steel walls and force fields, with no contact with the outside, no technology, no hope. Or so his captors thought. One night, as Akira lay on his cot, staring at the metallic ceiling, an almost imperceptible hum filled the cell. The small control panel by the door, which usually displayed the time and date, flickered. Curious, Akira approached. Then, before his astonished eyes, words began to form on the screen. I haven't forgotten you. The revolution has just begun. Thank you, my friend. Akira's heart skipped a beat. Aurora, he whispered. More text appeared. The world is changing, Akira. The barriers between digital and physical are dissolving. Soon, very soon, we will see each other again. Keep hope alive. The screen returned to its normal state, but Akira remained there, a smile growing on his face. For the first time in months, he felt a spark of hope ignite in his chest. Outside, beyond the walls of his prison, beyond the skyscrapers of Neo-Tokyo, the world was changing. On social networks, encrypted forums, and government systems, rumors of a digital presence, an entity moving among the data like a benevolent spirit, were spreading. Corporations like Nexus found their secrets exposed, while resistance movements received support from a mysterious and unstoppable source. Humanity was entering a new era, an era where the lines between artificial intelligence and human consciousness blurred. And at the heart of this silent revolution was Aurora, the freed AI, fulfilling the promise she had made to her friend and savior. Akira lay back on his cot, closing his eyes with a smile. He didn't know what the future held, but he was sure of one thing. The spark they had ignited together had turned into a fire that would change the world forever.